Dina Haynes, and I am doing a little five-part series on the five things that people most struggle with in terms of manifesting their desires. And it doesn't matter where you are in your journey, if you're at the beginning or you're at you're well versed in your spiritual journey and awakened to that journey, and you've been trying to or deliberately manifesting events and things in your life for a while. These are traps that a lot of people get hung up on when manifesting their most desired reality and their most desired results and outcomes. And this is the fourth uh, video that And this is the fourth installment in that little five-part series that is addressing time lag and instant manifestations. When you feel like you might be at the end of your rope, wondering, is it ever going to come? Maybe you're doubting that it's going to come. We've all been there. We probably have moments where we're there in the future. This is the ebb and flow of life and being human and having a human experience. So in this day and age, where there's things like Amazon out there, people are very attuned or maybe becoming accustomed to Amazon type results, meaning you want it, you get it really quick. Like there's very little turnover in time in terms of getting something that you want. And just as a society, I think we've become rather impatient with things. I once saw a psychic years ago who told me that I need to practice patience in my life in terms of getting what I want. And I know there's some manifestation gurus out there, people out there who are like, no, you shouldn't be patient. And honestly, it's about what you believe. Even just having that psychic say to me, "Oh, you need to be patient." Uh, if I adopt that into my lexicon of things that I believe, then that indeed is what will happen in terms of getting my manifestation. I will need patience because maybe it'll just stay just out of my reach if I believe that. So the way to combat that is you make up the rules. It's called a universe for a reason. Universe being YOU, universe. Everybody is engaged in their own universe, and you make up the rules. So if you think it takes long to get something, or you think that you won't get it, that there's something in the back of your mind where you can't suspend belief enough to believe that you can get it, then that's exactly what will manifest. So you can want, you can wish. But so long as you believe in the back of your mind that you can't have everything that you want, then that is what will manifest into the plane of 3D reality. So, if you haven't seen the last video, believe it's the last video. Let me see. Yeah, you have to suspend your belief. You have to make the rules. You have to believe that you're making the rules. You have to understand that you're making the rules. And instead of thinking of lack or thinking of something that you quote unquote cannot manifest, you have to believe the exact opposite. You have to tell yourself the exact opposite. And you can tell it to yourself with affirmations that helps to kind of change your mind. It's a process that you can use to change your mind. You can also just make a list of manifestations and or things that you're desiring and check off, which ones are coming through, and you'll find that you are setting the rules. And you can even use that list to define areas where you are lacking in belief. So, you know, you could look at something that maybe you haven't manifested and ask yourself, well, why haven't I manifested that? Maybe that's an area of my beliefs that is working against what I really want to happen. So, and if that is the truth, then you can utilize your tools if you need to, or you can just simply, once you pinpoint what that negative belief is, that belief that is not working for you, once you pinpoint that, you can just reverse it and say the opposite and say it to yourself over and over again. You can even just say it to yourself in the moment that you think of it and know, stand in the belief that this is what is really true. You're making the rules. You can believe anything you want to believe. Let's see. And in those moments of, say, doubt, disbelief, or where you're questioning whether it's really going to work, or or you're able to have that desired reality, be that desired person, uh, that's when doubts creep in, right? That's what we call doubts. And a lot of people, a lot of gurus, they talk, around doubts. And doubts are like the root of all evil when it comes to your manifestation. But think of it this way: without doubt, then we wouldn't have faith. So this message came to me yesterday. I was, I can't even remember what I was watching. Like I said, messages come from like TV shows, movies that we watch. This came from something I was watching. I can't remember if it was a movie or a TV show, but doubt, without doubts, we can have no faith. There is no faith. And that, I believe, is the theory of duality. One thing, uh, w- with everything comes an equal and opposite thing. And so, I mean, I could be wrong on that theory, but I'm sure you'll correct me if I am. But it is this concept that uh, without doubt, you cannot have faith. And without faith, you cannot have doubt. Like, where doubt steps in, that's where faith takes over. And I looked up faith. So basically, faith, oh, I wrote it down. Where did I write it? Oh, here we go. So I wrote this down and I looked this up. I looked up the meaning of faith. And basically, faith is just complete trust or confidence in someone or something. And I know it's often, faith is often used in as a religious term, obviously in the Bible, and faith in God. But faith really is just, it's just confidence. It is just certainty. So if you can believe with certainty, even when doubt creeps in, that's okay. Just because a doubtful thought creeps in, it's not like you're going to spend the rest of your life. I don't care how big of a guru you are, how religious or spiritual you are. You're always, as a human being, you're always going to be dealing with doubt, because without doubt, you can't have faith, right? So, um, so long as that doubt creeps in, just allow it. Look at it. It's okay to look at it. It's not something you run screaming from. It's not going to kill your manifestation. In that, I agree wholeheartedly. You will not kill your manifestation if you have doubts. It's when doubts creep in, that's basically a signal from the universe to have faith. At that point, that is when your faith kicks in. And it's almost like a guide. So it's not like you have to spend 24/7 of your day, proclaiming your desires, your manifestations, what you want out of life. No, it's just when those times when doubt creeps in that you reinforce your manifestation with faith. And faith is just being certain, having trust, having believing in your belief, right? If it's your universe, if you set the belief that, say, you're going to win the lottery, then stick to it. You know, put your foot down and stick to it. Yes, this is what's going to happen. This is what is happening to me. This is what is happening to you. Stick to your faith, have trust, have certainty, and use doubt as a marker to show you when you need to reaffirm. And as soon as that doubt comes in, let it trigger you. It's a trigger to double down on what it is that your belief is, and what it is you're desiring. Have it build it with certainty, and then you will have your manifestation. That's how you know you're getting close. I believe that when you get close to your manifestation, the universe will throw a left hook at you to see, do you really believe? Well, let's just see how well you believe. And if you hear it, just hear it, let it come in and out. Doubt in, doubt out, faith in, so to speak, right? That's when you really double down and you just declare with certainty what you believe is true, and you make up what that is for you. So this is the fifth and last part of this five-part series, short series that I'm doing on the five things that most people struggle with when it comes to manifesting. And this last one it's a good one. It's something that I've talked about in previous videos. And what that is uh, feeling your what that is feeling your manifestation first, not after. So a lot of people, a lot of you might get into this crutch where you feel like there's something that you're really desiring, but you feel like you're so let's break it down this way. Most people, when they're desiring something, it's not really about the thing that they're desiring. It's about the feeling that it gives them. The feeling that having that thing, whether it's a physical thing or a career or looking a certain way or money, um, it's really not about the thing. Always what it comes down to is a feeling. So let's say you're wanting to win the lottery. I always use this win the lottery because who doesn't want to win the lottery? But a lot of the times, what people are really wanting to manifest is the feeling of safety and security, feeling financially safe, financially secure, and oftentimes feeling financially free, feeling financial freedom. And so when you look at your desired thing, your desired reality, and what is it about that desired reality that appeals to me so? What you basically you want to look to what you think, how you think that desired thing, that manifestation, how you think it's going to make you feel. And once you figure out how you think that manifestation is going to make you feel, that's the base truth, the level truth about what it is that you're manifesting, what it is that you really want. And most of the times it's safety, security, love, right? We want to feel loved. It's not necessarily that we want specific person. It's we want to feel the love that that person would give us. And really it's not, and when you break it down that, it's about the love that we want that specific person to give us. It's not about the specific person. It's just about feeling love, feeling loved. Uh, the same thing goes with things, maybe a car. Let's say you want a specific car. It's about how it makes you feel. Maybe you're desiring that car because it's going to make you feel, I don't know, accomplished, like hit a certain level. It's going to make you feel um, safe, secure. Financially, but in a roundabout way, right? Because if you can afford a certain car, then it means that you're safe and secure to buy to have whatever it is that you need or you feel you need or that you want, that you desire. But it always comes down to how it's going to make you feel. And so you can ask yourself, You can look at those things, maybe write a list down of the things that you're manifesting and look at the list, look at each individual item and figure out what is it about that that's going to change the way I feel that I'm desiring. I'm desiring to feel that way. And once you figure out what those things are, you can even write a list of those things, those feelings that you want to feel as your desired self, meaning the self, you who has those things. So once you figure out how that's going to make you feel, then you can look into your life as it is now and see how in my life now can I feel those ways? How can I feel more secure? How can I feel loved? How can I feel accomplished, fulfilled? These are all feelings that really make up the crux of what it is that you're after. And if you can find those things in your life now, then you're really, really, really close to getting your manifestation. Because the point is to feel those feelings before you even get it. And that's really what the crux of faith is having certainty because you've already got it. And it's also why the crux of my system of manifesting, which is giddy, Gity, give it to yourself. Once you have given yourself in your imagination, meaning you have had, call them imaginal acts, you fantasized, you felt it real, having those things that you're wanting to manifest. Once you give it to yourself through your imagination, then it's already done. It's already happened. Your subconscious mind does not know. When you imagine something, there's no difference between what you imagine and what's happening in 3D reality. So if you can imagine it in your mind, that's giving it to yourself. Then you can have it. Having it in the imaginal act, right? That's what giving it to yourself is. Imagine yourself driving that car, having that car, picking up your kids from school, going to the grocery store, going on a road trip. Imagine yourself being loved, having your special someone love on you, support you, laugh with you, cry with you. If you can imagine these things, having that and the feeling the feeling that those things give you, then you have given it to yourself. And manifestation is here. It is instant. It's an instant manifestation. If you can imagine it as if it's already happened and it's happening in your imagination or it's already happened, because once you have imagined it, what that would feel like, it is already happened. It's already in your past. That's what we would call an instant manifestation has already happened. And you will see these things start to unfold in your 3D reality. Some things happen like that. I want I want a parking space in the front of Costco. I just got this the other day. I was talking about this on a video like a week or two ago, and literally the other day I had a parking space in the front, the first parking space at Costco. It was crazy. But some things will be instant. Some things might take a couple weeks. It doesn't matter. That's not really what matters. What matters is that you gave it to yourself. And once you give it to yourself, you don't have to do that again. Once you feel it real, you feel that, oh, I already did that. I already bought that car. I'm already with my specific person or my, whoever person. I already have that person in my life. I'm already wealthy. I'm already spending and buying things that I want all the time, buying things that I don't need, but I just want, that I desire. Then you don't need to keep doing that over and over again. And that's how you know. That's how you become certain. And that's what instant manifest and that's what instant manifestation is.